Hey guys, welcome back to Watch It Paint It. In this video I'm going to show you how to create a really cool lava base for your miniatures like I did with just a car here, just by simply using Martian Iron Earth, the Citadelle texture paint. Now when starting any lava base, I typically like to have a base coat of red. So I primed this base with Army Painter's Pure Red. Now once it's fully primed and dried, you want to move on to the very first color, which is going to be Army Painter's Lava Orange. Now you don't want to cover the entire base with this, you just want to kind of feather it around, let some of the red show through. This will help it create a greater contrast between all the colors you're going to use for this lava effect. And once we finish applying all the lava orange, we're going to move on to the next color, Army Painter's Demonic Yellow. We're going to concentrate some areas with more yellow so we can make the lava look a little bit hotter in those areas, and we're going to go back and forth with wet blending until we're happy with the pattern that we're creating. But ultimately, you want the pattern to be as random as possible, but do what you like, whatever makes you happy. If it's not the way I do it, blend it differently. Put as much yellow or as much red or as much orange as you like until you're happy with what it looks like. That's all that really matters. Now once we're happy with the pattern we created, we're going to let the base colors dry for 24 hours. And the reason we're going to let them dry for this long is because if we add the texture paint too soon, when it starts to do the crackling on it, it's going to pull up the base colors and you're going to have to go back and fix those areas once the texture paint fully dries. Now once the base colors are fully dry, this is what it's going to kind of look like. Kind of like a random mess of ketchup and mustard mixed together. It looks weird, but it's going to be cool at the end. So for the next step, we're going to add Citadelle's texture paint, Martian Iron Earth. Now when applying it, you want to make sure that it's evenly spread around the base and feather it to the edges. Try to make sure that no area is missing any of the texture paint and make sure it's a nice even flat surface. Another thing to keep in mind is how big you want the cracks to be. So the thicker you add the texture paint, the bigger the cracks are going to be. I typically apply the Citadelle texture paint in about a 2mm thickness. However, I would recommend just kind of playing around on some random bases and see what you like. Add as little or as much texture paint as you want, just to kind of see the effect you ultimately want to create for whatever project you're currently working on. Now once you've added a decent amount of the texture paint, you want to feather it out to the edges or the outer lip of the base, and then run your finger around the edge just to make sure that you've cleaned up any excess that might have pooled over. And then we're going to let it dry overnight. After letting it dry overnight, this is the cool effect you're going to get the next day, but we're not done yet. So for the final step, we're going to paint all the cracks with Army Painter's Dead Black. I like to use Dead Black because it's a glossier black. It's going to make the top shine and really make the lava effect stand out. Now you can dry brush over all these cracks if you want to, but I like to paint the individual cracks themselves because it gives me a little more control over the look and less likely chance of causing any mistakes that I have to correct later on. Now as you can see, as we start to add more and more black to the cracks, the lava effect is really starting to take shape and shine through. Now at this point, if you don't like how bright the lava effect is underneath, you can always put a little bit of red or orange wash over the top to kind of dull it down a bit, but I like a brighter base. Now this is the longest part of the process, so I'm just going to jump ahead and show you what the base looks like with all the cracks painted. It's really cool, isn't it? All that hard work really does pay off. And now that we finished painting all the cracks, we're going to just paint the outside rim with a little more dead black to make the top really stand out. And there you have it, a finished lava base. Real simple, super easy, and what an awesome result. Now if you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. Go ahead and leave us a comment down below. If you already subscribed, click on the notification bell so you can get the updates for our most latest videos. And thanks for watching. And as always, happy gaming. I'll see you around.